Hey everyone, it's Mark again. I haven't talked to you in about a week or so I'm back out here at my dad's shop and I thought I'd give you all an update on what's been going on. First off, we'll get the not fun part out of the way. On May 1st, early in the morning, my dad passed away in his sleep. So at least he went peacefully, but it sucks. Pretty much his last couple of weeks, he was starting to lose his mind, which was really hard on him since he's always been such a brainiac. So, it was time. On the 4th and the 5th, we had the visitation and the funeral, and so many people came out. It was awesome. So with that out of the way, I am out here at the workshop. This has basically been my full-time job for the last week, trying to get it cleaned out, because no matter what happens to this house, this garage is going to have to be cleaned up. Either the house is going to be sold and it has to be cleaned, or there's a possibility that my family might move in. And if that happens, obviously it needs to be cleaned out so that I can move in my stuff. But all of that is still up in the air. It's pretty early for obvious reasons. It's, kind of an uncomfortable time to sit and talk about what's going to happen with all this stuff, considering we just had a funeral a few days ago. So I thought I'd take you for a little walk around here and show you what a million hours of cleaning looks like in a shop that's basically never been cleaned. When we moved in, my dad kind of just brought in all the boxes and just kind of shoved them onto shelves, and then was kind of too sick to come out here and organize. And when other people would come out here to work, other family members or friends, they would kind of work on their car, do their thing, throw all the garbage over their shoulder and drive home. And so basically the shop has never been cleaned in 10 years. So I'm going to show you what I've been doing. First, still the same noisy highway, but we're starting to get leaves. It's just beautiful out here. Before I leave, I'll go take a shot off the back porch. You can see how, at least my dad's final days, he had a wonderful view of nature. Alright, starting here, it looks the same or worse, but this is the pile that is garbage and stuff that my brother needs to come pick up. My brother lived at home quite a bit later than I did, so while there's not much of my stuff here besides the car I'm working on, my brother still has a lot of stuff here, like a bicycle. And over here I haven't really got to yet. But here's where things start to get better. This corner back here I got pretty much all cleaned out. There's the electric garden tractor, 53 Chevy seats. I didn't know this was still around. This was my little workbench when I was a kid. Pretty damn adorable. I need to get it fixed though. The glued up top is all separated, so I'll probably glue it all back together. And this was on the front. I don't know, there or something. I would say here's my dad's oscilloscope, but I guess my oscilloscope. Oh, another thing of my brother's. That was a free mini bike. I think he gave up on it. And the 53 frame in its new home. I got a bunch of lights right overhead here, so it'll be a little easier to work on. The engine and transmission. Got this corner all cleaned up. Alright, let's go upstairs. Alright, I apologize about the light situation. There is no light up here except for that. Not even going to turn it on because it's no help. So these are all empty boxes. I've been through every shelf almost. pulled off every box, went through it. You can see there's some empty shelves finally. There weren't before, it was packed. And these are the ones over here that I still have to get to. Opening every box, separating everything into, you know, hardware in that box and automotive stuff in that box, tools in that box. Ugh, it's taken forever. Oh, here's my dad's computer he built. Here's some of the parts. That's the disk drive. Takes 8.5-inch floppies, I think they are. Yeah, he built that in college before you could just go to the store and buy a computer. Here's most of his motor collection. In this end we got automotive stuff, but then as you go down it gets into some bigger DC motors and some gear motors. My dad loved his motors. This is the type of stuff you find in the shop of someone who worked at University Department of Physics and Astronomy. I don't know why, but it's pretty cool. These are all drawers full of components that go onto that spinning rack, which is pretty cool, except the bottom has drooped, so it doesn't rotate anymore, so I gotta fix that before I put it back together. These are the boxes I would shuffle through pretty much as soon as I was old enough to stand up and shuffle through boxes. I was pulling components out of here and building things. Here's a bunch of my dad's creations. Again, sorry about the light. It really sucks. Here's some of his transformers. Oh, here's my wall of anytime I found some cool looking test equipment. I'll add it there. Now here's the capacitors. All the big ones anyway. There's boxes of smaller ones. I know somebody's going to say, I want that. No, you don't. More components back here in the dark. These wooden boxes are all full of transformers and things. More components up here. Here's some of the wire. And then back here is some more wire. And then over there is some more wire. Down here is just all basically empty boxes for projects. He would of course save those whenever he came across them. Well, here's his turntable. I haven't brought that home because I already have one. This is a bunch of big gauge wire. I'm not sure why he has all these, but this is just some really fat cable, number 12 and up. Oh, and here's the famous electric car motor controller. I brought this to the visitation and had it set up so people could come take a look at it, and people were taking pictures and everything, and I was forced to stumble my way through my best explanation of how it worked. Which, if my dad was around to hear it, he would probably laugh at me for being so wrong, but it's a problem with being a genius. Not a lot of people you can talk to. So there you go, that's about it. Again, sorry for the lack of videos. Watching me clean isn't very exciting, and I wasn't in a very good mood to be making videos last week. We'll get to it more regularly once we get the shop and housing situation figured out. We've got 2 of my dad's cars to sell, and a bunch of things that my brother and I have to divide up. And I've already got a workshop. He doesn't, so he's getting most of my dad's power tools, and I'm just keeping mine. But eventually, I'll get back to making some videos. I'm going to take you out to the back porch real quick and show you that view. Oh, and as a side note, I didn't even see this back here. It was so buried behind junk. But apparently my dad picked up a dust collector somewhere. So I don't know anything about it, but assuming it works, I might have dust collection for the woodworking part of my shop. So that's kind of cool. Thanks, Dad. And here's that view. I've only got, I think, about 1.5 acres or so it's not a huge property. It pretty much stops right back in those trees. Just a short little way is a creek, and that's the end of the property. Just built a nice house next door that, up until the last year, had always just been an empty lot. And then that one's about the same vintage as this house. There's the back of the shop. So yeah, I could definitely sit out here and have a cup of coffee in the morning. Alright, so that'll be a wrap. I know this one's a little bit different, but sometimes they're going to be a little different. So, thanks for watching, and we'll catch you in the next one, whenever that may be. Bye.